Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sam, your guide into the darkest corners of the unknown. Here we explore the unexplained, the unsettling, the things that go bump in the night. Tonight we delve into the chilling world of shadow people. These aren't your friendly neighbors passing by. These are entities of pure darkness, often spotted lurking in the periphery of our vision. They are harbingers of fear, and tonight we're diving deep into 3 terrifying encounters that will leave you sleeping with the lights on. Have you ever woken up in the dead of night, heart pounding, with this unshakable feeling that you're not alone? Imagine this. You're lying in bed, the only sound your own breath and the faint hum of the city outside. You close your eyes, drifting into that fragile state between wakefulness and sleep. Then a shift in the air, a subtle change in the atmosphere of the room jolts you awake. Your eyes snap open, and there, standing at the foot of your bed, is a shadowy figure. It's not a trick of the light, not a figment of your sleepy imagination. It's a dense, inky black silhouette, vaguely human-shaped but devoid of any features. You're paralyzed with fear, every instinct screaming at you to run, to scream, to do anything but lie there vulnerable, but you can't move, can't even breathe. You watch horrified as the shadow person takes a step closer. Its movements are slow, deliberate, almost predatory. It's as if it's feeding off your terror, growing stronger with each passing second. You want to cry out, to call for help, but your voice is trapped in your throat. The air feels heavy, suffocating, like the shadow person is sucking the very life out of the room. You squeeze your eyes shut, willing it to be a bad dream, a trick of your sleep-deprived mind. But deep down you know better. The feeling of dread is too real, the oppressive atmosphere too tangible to be anything but a horrifying reality. Seconds feel like hours as you lie there, imprisoned by fear. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the feeling of dread begins to lift. You cautiously open your eyes, your heart still pounding against your ribs. The shadow person is gone, vanished without a trace. But the terror lingers, seeping into your bones, a chilling reminder that you are not alone in the darkness. You spend the rest of the night huddled beneath the covers, every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind against the window sending shivers down your spine. Sleep, when it finally comes, is filled with unsettling dreams and the lingering feeling of eyes watching you from the shadows. The experience leaves you shaken, questioning your sanity, your perception of reality. You try to rationalize it, to explain it away as a hallucination, a sleep paralysis episode, but deep down a primal fear whispers a different truth. It tells you that you've glimpsed something ancient, something sinister, something that lurks just beyond the veil of our reality, waiting for the opportune moment to cross over. You're left with a haunting question. What else is lurking in the shadows, unseen, unheard, but ever present? Imagine this. You and your friends, fueled by youthful bravado, decide to explore an abandoned house on the edge of town. It's a place steeped in local legend, whispered to be haunted. But you're not like the others. You scoff at the stories, dismissing them as mere superstition. Under a moonless night, you find yourselves at the house's rusted gate, a collective shiver running down your spines. The air is thick with the smell of decay, of things long forgotten. The house looms before you, a skeletal silhouette against the night sky, its windows like vacant eyes. You push open the creaking gate, the sound echoing in the stillness. As you step onto the overgrown path, a sense of unease settles over you. Inside, the house is a labyrinth of shadows and dust. Moonlight filters through the grimy windows, casting long, distorted shapes on the walls. You wander through darkened corridors, each footstep echoing in the oppressive silence. You enter a room, its air heavy with the weight of unseen eyes. And that's when you see it, a flicker of movement in the corner of your vision, a shadow detaching itself from the darkness. At first you dismiss it as your imagination, but then you see it again. This time there's no mistaking it. A tall, shadowy figure darts across the hallway and disappears into another room. Fear, cold and sharp, claws its way up your throat. You exchange uneasy glances with your friends, their faces pale in the dim light. You try to convince yourselves that it's just a stray animal, a trick of the light. But deep down, you know that what you saw was something far more sinister. Panic begins to set in, spreading through the group like wildfire. You stumble back, your heart pounding in your chest, your breath catching in your throat. You turn to run, desperate to escape the suffocating darkness of the house, but the shadow people are everywhere. They glide effortlessly through the halls, their forms shifting and swirling, their presence exuding an aura of pure dread. You're trapped, hunted by something ancient and malevolent. You push your way through the darkness, your lungs burning, your legs screaming for respite. A door appears, a beacon of hope in the suffocating darkness. You fumble with the rusty handle, your hands slick with fear-induced sweat. Finally, it gives way and you spill out into the cool night air, gasping for breath. You don't stop running until you're far away from the house, until the oppressive darkness is just a distant nightmare you leave behind the haunted house, forever scarred by the encounter. The experience changes you. You're no longer the fearless adventurer, the one who scoffs at ghost stories. You've seen the darkness that lurks at the edge of our reality, and it has left an indelible mark on your soul. You carry the memory of that night with you, a chilling reminder that some doors are best left unopened, some places best left undisturbed. Chapter 3.
Imagine this. You're walking home alone late one night. The streetlights cast long, eerie shadows that dance and shift with every gust of wind. You feel a chill run down your spine, a primal instinct warning you of unseen dangers. You quicken your pace, your heart pounding in your chest. You glance over your shoulder, but there's nothing there, just the empty street stretching out behind you. You try to shake off the feeling of unease, but it clings to you like a shroud.
As you continue walking, you notice something strange. A shadow, darker than the surrounding darkness, seems to be moving parallel to you, keeping pace with your every step. At first you dismiss it as a trick of the light, a figment of your overactive imagination. But as you walk, the shadow persists, growing larger, more defined. It's as if it's attached to you, an unwelcome companion on your solitary journey.
You stop, your breath catching in your throat, and stare directly at the shadow. For a moment, it seems to hesitate, its form flickering as if caught in the act. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes, melting back into the darkness. You're left standing there, heart pounding, your mind racing. Was it all in your head? A hallucination brought on by stress, by the lateness of the hour? You try to convince yourself that's all it was, but deep down, a seed of doubt has been planted. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched, followed.
The following day, the feeling persists. You catch glimpses of the shadow out of the corner of your eye. It's always there, lurking at the edge of your vision, a constant reminder that you're not alone. You try to tell yourself it's just your imagination, but the fear is starting to consume you. You avoid going out alone at night, but the shadow seems to find you anyway. You see it in the reflection of windows, in the flickering light of your television screen. It's always there, watching, waiting.
Days turn into nights, and the shadow grows bolder, more aggressive. It no longer hides in the periphery of your vision. It steps into the light, its form becoming more defined, more menacing. You can feel its eyes on you, cold and calculating, filled with a malevolence that chills you to your core. You're trapped in a waking nightmare, haunted by an entity you don't understand, an entity you can't escape. You're at your wit's end, driven to the brink of madness by the relentless stalking. You try to confide in your friends and your family, but they dismiss your concerns. attributing your experiences to stress, to lack of sleep. They tell you it's all in your head, but you know better. You know that what you're experiencing is real, a terrifying truth that you can't escape.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of darkness. We've explored 3 terrifying encounters with shadow people, but these are just a glimpse into the vast, unsettling world of the unknown. If you've ever had your own encounter with these shadowy beings, we want to hear about it. Share your story in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. But be warned, once you step into the shadows, you may never look at the world the same way again.